All right, Derby fans, it is about time to get ready for the last bout of the evening. Can I get a cheer from the crowd from anybody that has been here all day long? Anybody been here all day from start to finish? Well, we got one more bout to get to, and we are going to go ahead and introduce you to the skaters for this bout. This is going to be Rat City versus Arizona, and I'll start off with the Rat City skaters. Number 070, Cinnamon Slam. Number 12, Carmen Gitsum. Number 1859, Natural Selector. Number 192, Habeas Corpses. Number 217, Wild Carnage. Number 322, Kosher Assault. Number 5, A Green. Number 50, Brute Champagne. Number 501, Damage Control. Number 513, Morgan McSlay. Number 55, R. Rickle. Number 574, Kaylee Wyote. Number 602, Bad Karma. Number 619, Red the Vicious. Number 715, Mountain Deranged. Number 83, Thumper Skull. Number 91, Alyssa Prey. Number 94, H. Bots. And Tia Barraza. On the bench is Dylan Bots, Vito Ramon, A. Littlefield, and Reshmi Bahadur.
All right, and your local Arizona All-Stars whipped to rank 22 on the bench. Crowd favorites, 008 Ham Wheezy, 01 Chelsea Winkle, number 10 Frida, number 12 Kapulani Kaupuiki, number 122 Castrator, number 17 Don't Blink, number 175 Chokia Latte, number 1803 I'm a Blowbaya, number 21 RC Autobot, number 313 West Coast Mafia, number 317 Block and Decker, number 394 Helga Hufflepunk, number 5000 Stashbot, number 56 Who's Nuts? Best part ever. Number 618 Sure Man, number 7 Rocky Bonobo, number 79 Kalaka, number 924 Loose Chaos, and your captain, number 9 Jess West. Bench coaching, we have Billy Motion and Fred Nuts.
Our officials for the last game of this evening are Harley Quinn Davidson, PK Biddy, Carmen Dragon, Eric Rock, Ellie Mental, The Dude, Colin M. Fairley, Uberlicious, Flo Block, Molly Horman, Elder Wood, Teets, Korean Jesus, Sugar and Spikes, Smacky Kennedy, and Lick Scarmaker.
All right, and your announcers for this bout, Lisa Frankenstein in train and helping me out with those officials. I'm Ravelin, and I've got old Greg with me here. On the track, though, Castrator, lead jammer for Arizona, but behind A Green for Rat City. A Green trying to put the hit on Castrator. Castrator able to get out of it. The pack with the speed there, possibly able to eat the baby, but not close enough.
So we are underway here in this bout. And once again, if you haven't caught it yet, the Rat City team is ranked 18th in the world in WIFTDA. Arizona, 22nd. These teams are very close together, and this ought to be a very close bout throughout.
They're basically the same team. Let's just call it what it is. No, I'm just kidding.
So once again, this is a sanctioned bout, so you will see the top level of play, every point, every penalty, everything. The differential, the point differential, everything becomes part of the ranking system, so everybody is scrapping for everything they can.
And Arizona is playing, the A team is playing this final game today and also the first game tomorrow morning against Dos por Cuatro. West Coast Mafia, your lead jammer for Arizona after about 20 seconds there.
And getting out of the pack for Rat City is number 513, Morgan McSlay. Coming around now and trying to force the issue. West Coast Mafia finishes off her scoring pass and calls it off. And Arizona on the board first.
Quick 4 points in our second jam there for Arizona. I see Loose Chaos on the line for Arizona and number 602, Bad Karma, frequent jammer for Rat City. Rat City played the second game this morning. Arizona's A team played the third game, so each team has had about the same amount of rest from their earlier games.
Arizona starts this jam with 2 blockers in the penalty box. So a 2-skater advantage for Rat City. Arizona now gaining 1 back.
1-2 blocking combo of Ima Blobaya and Block and Decker. Block and Decker continued to block out of play, so she's going to sit in the penalty box. She's joining Kapulani Kaupuiki. So only 2 blockers on the track, putting up a defensive wall with Bad Karma. Ima Blobaya, honestly, a one-woman wrecking team.
So Bad Karma completes the scoring pass and now coming around for her second attempt. Arizona still has 1 defender in the penalty box, but she's got about 7 seconds left in her penalty. That's Block and Decker looking to get back on the track for Arizona.
Loose Chaos recycled back to that pivot line. Bad Karma recycled back to that straightaway. Neither team really getting anywhere on this track. And Ima Blobaya able to hit Bad Karma but not force her out. And
Block and Decker takes over as jammer for Arizona, so Block and Decker out of the penalty box as the pivot takes over as jammer and forces Bad Karma to call off the jam.
And if you have been a fan of Block and Decker for a while, you may remember her sometimes being referred to as Jammin' Decker when she's got that star in her helmet. Derby Twitter, make that one happen. Jammin' Decker for days. 8 points on the board for Rat City, 4 for Arizona. FYI, for our local venue, food truck is only here for 15 more minutes.
That's going to be Stashbot 5000, lead jammer for Arizona, right through to the front of the pack. Quickly through as well for Rat City is number 5. That's A Green.
Stashbot getting her points and calling it, question mark. Wait, do we have points? Yes, Rock says we have points for Arizona. If you are in the house, our vendors, we still have Plagued Fitness open, our concession stand, and the merch stand.
So 3 points up on the board for Arizona there. Slight lead for Rat City. And this next jam is now underway.
And just like that, Morgan McSlay out to lead jammer status, followed by Castrator. Smart derby there, calling it off, especially when the entire pack is on your heels. We have a 1 point game, 8-7 in favor of Rat City.
Stepping up to the jammer line for Arizona is going to be West Coast Mafia. We'll get you that Seattle jammer here, excuse me, the Rat City jammer here momentarily.
And West Coast Mafia taking on Morgan McSlay. West Coast stepping out, stepping back in. Morgan McSlay getting the business on the outside. Both jammers almost identical out of the pack. West Coast Mafia not going to play with that, calls it off. Bench coach from Rat City having a little discussion, a little sit down with one of our refs.
And we are back to the action here. Next jam underway. It's Lose Chaos for Arizona, quickly through the pack. Habeas Corpses for Rat City is mid-pack trying to find her way out. Lose Chaos, though, quickly through the pack along the inside. 4 points up on the board.
Rat City with 3 blockers in the penalty box right now. Lose Chaos making quick work of this pack. Habeas Corpses has only gotten as far as turn 2. Chocolate, the last line of defense.
And Lose Chaos with a very fine bit of skate work there, an apex jump to get through the corner and finish the scoring pass.
That is a huge 12-point jam by Lose Chaos for Arizona.
There we are underway with the next jam, and your jammer for Rat City is going to be number 5, A Green. Quickly to the front, quickly takes lead jammer for Seattle. Rat City, excuse me, I'm sorry. Now trying to fight her way along and get to the front of the pack. There goes Stash Spot 5000 for Arizona, clear of the pack as well. And hemmed in at the back of the pack. A Green goes ahead and calls it off. A Green fought her way past a couple of skaters and got 2 points up on the board. So it's 19-10 Arizona as we get ready for the next jam.
All right. Announcer Vision says Castrator jamming for Arizona and Morgan McSlay jamming for Rat City. Morgan McSlay with just a triangle of death there at the back of the pack. Sure, man, doing some great offense, getting Castrator out. Oh, that was beautiful.
Castrator out for Arizona. The Rat City pivot into the penalty box at the moment, so they're down a blocker. And Castrator able to tiptoe around the outside of the track there on a scoring pass and finish it off.
Little hop, skip, and a jump there, and Castrator is out along the outside. Rat City losing a blocker to the box. Castrator doing some side skating to evade that blocker. And I believe a helmet star stash is happening. Pivot is actively blocking though, so not in a rush to take the star. And it looks like a cut track penalty on Morgan McSlay. She's gonna cool her heels in the penalty box for 30 seconds.
So Arizona now on the offensive, and they're going to be looking to get some points on the board here. Castrator quickly up to the pack, and then with the strategy, trying to run her around the inside. Castrator trying to find some purchase.
Castrator blowing past 1 and then 2 and then 3 blockers to get those 4 points.
And that's going to do it for the power jam. The jammer for Rat City back out on the track now, catching up to the pack quickly.
Somebody heading to the box. It looks like it's Sherman for Arizona. Castrator on a huge 20-point run currently. Both teams with 1 blocker in the box. I'm sorry, Rat City now with 2 blockers in the box.
And that's going to do it. The full 2 minutes on the jam clock have expired, and a big roar from the hometown crowd for the Arizona team. And we are going to have a timeout. Rat City has taken a timeout to try to break the momentum a little bit. Arizona has jumped out to a 39-10 lead here.
Smart coaching there by Rat City to prevent as much of that inertia as possible. I'm not sure who the cheering section is for over there, but I do love it.
So we are back to the action here after the team timeout. Once again, Arizona is on quite a run here. Arizona, 20 unanswered points on the board.
I believe I see West Coast Mafia crouched down as the jammer and Bad Karma for Rat City. West Coast Mafia with only 2 to beat. And she is your lead jammer for Arizona. West Coast Mafia hit to the outside, re-enters really quickly, some fancy side skating, trying to outrun that last blocker line of defense from Carmen Getsum, and headed to the penalty box.
So this is going to be a power jam now for Rat City. West Coast Mafia to the penalty box, so Rat City now in the power jam, trying to get their jammer loose. Arizona now loses a blocker as well, so Arizona down 2 skaters. Now a third penalty on another Arizona blocker. So Arizona at a serious disadvantage here during this jam.
Arizona bleeding blockers to the box currently.
Power jam ends. West Coast Mafia released from the penalty box. 10 seconds left on the penalty for the second blocker for Arizona.
Out of play being called on the pack. Don't blink and Jess West. Some illegal position penalty being called on Rat City. West Coast Mafia out again for points.
So now Rat City with 2 blockers in the penalty box and Arizona back to full strength. So Arizona now with the skater advantage, 2 skater advantage.
Little penalty box flip-flop here. About 20 seconds left in this jam. And a forearm being called on West Coast Mafia. So depending on how much time she spends in the, we're gonna have a power start on the next jam in favor of Rat City.
All right, that brings an end to that very, very lengthy jam. So we're lining up for the next jam here, just about ready to go. Starting off with a power jam for Rat City.
A green, a strong jammer for Rat City. One of the highest point scoring jammers we've had for Rat City. So definitely who they want to have out. Arizona does have their full blocking crew on the track now. We've got Chocolate and Kalaka bridging, trying to keep the jammer in play there, the blocking in play. Great penalty kill by Arizona. West Coast Mafia now hitting the pack. Making sure to avoid that track cut call, of course.
West Coast Mafia now gets back on the track behind that 3 wall of blockers for Rat City. Out the front of the pack, now being a penalty being assessed to the jammer for Rat City, so now it's going to be a power jam for Arizona. West Coast Mafia has got a chance to take some of that power jam thunder back.
That cut call on A Green might be just what Arizona needs. And
taking over his jammer for Arizona is Chocolate, putting on the star cover.
Chocolate hitting first and letting Arizona provide some offensive cover. And able to shake off some of those hits.
Chocolate blasting her way through those blocks and gets one of the blockers sent to the penalty box in addition. And now the Rat City jammer out of the pack as well. Chocolate finishes another scoring pass and picks up a cut track penalty, so...
Chocolate thought she got in behind that blocker that hit her out. Must have been just a hair too close. Gonna serve that 30-second penalty for the cut track call. And it looks like another cut track call now on A Green. We are just gonna have swapping jammers here. If you are new to watching Derby, which you probably won't be in this audience, but the Rat City jammer only has to serve the same amount of time that the Arizona jammer has served. So if Choki has served, 15 seconds, then Rat City will also only serve 15 seconds. Because we have to have a jammer on the track. We can't play Derby without them. That was a 4-4 jam, by the way. So our score right now, Arizona 47, Rat City 25.
So the jam is underway, and getting out on the track is your Arizona jammer right on behind the pack. So a brief Arizona power jam here to start things off in this jam. Chocolate still wearing that star cover, trying to fight through the defense all on her lonesome. Catching up to the pack now is your Rat City Jammer out of the box as well.
And Chocolate getting through and calling it off. All right, it looks like we have fan favorite Lose Chaos jamming for Arizona. I believe that's Morgan McSlay jamming for Rat City.
And Lose Chaos along the inside of the track and is able to get right through and take lead jammer. Morgan McSlay trying to fight through the Arizona defense at the front of the pack. And those two blockers trying to force her off the track. Lose Chaos, meanwhile, navigating her way through the pack.
Really giving some credit to our reffing crew right now for being able to follow, especially our jammers, being able to follow their jammers through the pack as well as not hitting anybody else on the ref crew. I don't know if it picked it up in the stream, but Rock definitely did a little hop, skip, and a jump to continue to follow Loose Chaos. Morgan McSlay also following Loose Chaos in the pack. And might be a high block being assessed, or a blocking with the head. Nope. Looks like an additional 2 points being tallied for Arizona for 12, potentially. So a 10-point jam in favor of Arizona, bringing the score to 57, Rat City 28.
Stashbot 5000 trying to fight her way through the middle of the pack for Arizona, but getting to the front first is going to be Rat City's jammer. That's Habeas Corpses. Crowd calling out for a cut track penalty. Apparently felt the referees didn't catch it, but the referees let play go on, and Stashbot trying to hand the star cover forward, but now recycled to the back of the pack.
Habeas Corpses with 2 to beat at the front of the pack, gets hit to the inside and recycled back by RC Autobot. Stashbot really trying to extricate herself from this tripod. Jess West with the star in her hand, but illegal procedure being called. It looks like maybe that was an improper helmet cover pass, an improper star pass on Arizona. So Stashbot sitting in the penalty box with the star on her helmet. Habeas Corpse is going to call this off and start in a power start situation in favor of Rat City.
As we approach 10 minutes to go until halftime. And indeed, we are starting this off with a power jam for Rat City. So Rat City is going to try to get some points on the board here. Before we get to that, we have an official timeout, it appears.
So Monsoon Madness fans, this is our final bout. This is bout number 7 of the day. We do have 6 more bouts tomorrow, starting with the Arizona A squad versus the Dos por Cuatro A squad. Another sanctioned game followed quickly by Rat City's A squad versus Dallas's A squad. Then we've got a couple of B bouts after that, but definitely check out the tournament schedule on our Facebook or at ArizonaRollerDerby.com. And then if you are local, tomorrow is the day that you want to hang out with us after the tournament, after that 6th bout, for the after party. The official AZ Roller Derby after party is hosted at Angel's Trumpet Ale House in Arcadia. That is located at 44th Street, just 10 minutes north of Ability 360. And the after party, if you are really into this, which you really should be, is going to be at Boycott Bar at 7th Avenue north of Indian School. Not 1, but 2 after parties.
So we are underway with the Rat City Power Jam. Quickly to the front of the pack goes your Rat City Jammer. That's A Green, and she's able to get through the pack and is now an active scorer for Rat City, and is your lead jammer for this jam.
A Green hitting that pack really hard, muscling her way through to get those 4 points. Stashbot out of the penalty box and out of the pack.
So A Green up to the pack now, trying to get some points on the board. Calls off the jam. Stashbot takes a huge block. Just keeps going over and rolls over backwards to get back up on her skates. I can't walk down a flight of stairs without losing my balance, and she does that with wheels on her shoes. Come on, man. It's
Stashbot
ridiculous.
is definitely a skating machine. There's a lot of pirouetting and toe stop work that happens, I think, in Stashbot's world. All right, we have Castrator jamming against Morgan McSlay. Morgan getting recycled back by Chokia Latte to the jammer line. Castrator with 3 to beat at the front of the pack. And Castrator takes her, steps out of play and gets that cut track penalty. Morgan McSlay now in point scoring position and your lead jammer for Rat City.
About 25 seconds left on the Rat City Power Jam here. Morgan McSlay is going to try to get through as quickly as possible, but that Arizona defense, keyed up by the pivot there, Chokia Latte, pushing her out of bounds. Able to get through now on a second attempt.
Great offensive work there by Rat City to get their jammer out.
10 seconds left on the Power Jam.
Chokia Latte hitting Morgan McSlay out and recycling, Arizona recycling her back to that straightaway. Ham Wheezy heading out to the penalty box for Arizona.
Castrator negotiates that last blocker and is able to complete the pass.
Good strategy there by Rat City, calling it before the jammer can come around and score any points. And it looks like the O is being thrown up by Rock for Arizona. Arizona calling an official review.
So the score stands right now,
Ooh, really
57-49, yeah. It's been kind of a slow, arduous process, but Rat City has fought their way back into this.
That's right.
Got that right back in. I believe that's going to be several points unanswered for Rat City. So,
well, like I said, these two teams, this is a rank, Arizona's ranked up to number 22. Whipped to the ranking number 18 for Rat City. So this is going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight, especially because we are doing this for sanction. This is a points important game. Make sure that we keep our differentials because this will affect our rankings for both teams. All right, it looks like head ref Rock is, oh, I'm sorry, not head ref Rock this time. Looks like our head ref, Harley Quinn Davidson, possibly, delivering the news to the bench staff, and then we'll grab the mic and deliver the news to all of us as well.
Arizona's initial review was to seek a track cut call on Rat City's jammer. On review, it was determined that the initiator of the block went null, and the jammer returned to the position that they had previously established without cutting any other blockers. So Arizona did not retain the review. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Rep, for letting us know what's going on down there. We appreciate it.
So back to the action. The no call is upheld, no penalty assessed to Arizona, so 57-49, Arizona in front by 8 points.
So Arizona does not retain that official review, but we only have, like I said, 7 minutes, 49 seconds left in this first half. 8-point game. Bad Karma jamming for Rat City gets out to an early lead. West Coast Mafia jamming for Arizona already with the helmet cover off. Bad Karma coming up against I'm a Blow By Ya, not blowing by.
And Bad Karma able to finish off the scoring pass for Rat City. And the Arizona jammer West Coast Mafia gets through the pack on the front end. So Bad Karma is going to try to get some more points, but it goes ahead and calls it off after getting recycled to the back of the pack.
Arizona able to delay Bad Karma a little bit there, but still she gets 6 points in that jam, unanswered to Arizona. All right, looks like we have Loose Chaos jamming against A Green. Loose Chaos feeling the crowd love from all the cheering. Quick lead jammer status. A Green coming up against Sherman Kalaka. Gets hit out, but Kalaka takes herself out as well. A Green able to commence with the point scoring. Loose Chaos calls it off just at the last second to keep A Green from scoring. It was a 4-0 jam in favor of Arizona.
So Loose Chaos puts 4 points up on the board for Arizona, trying to put an end to that Rat City run that they were on. We will get ready for the next jam here. Arizona's lead back up to 6 as we close in on halftime.
Stashbot having a conversation with the Rat City jammer. Yeah, they're agreeing about maybe where they're gonna go for the after party tomorrow, or what snacks they're gonna have after this grueling day at Monsoon Madness. That's jammer for Rat City is Morgan McSlay, by the way. Stashbot being recycled back to that straightaway by, I believe that was Cinnamon Slam from Rat City. Got a blocking triangle of I'm a Blow By Ya, D's Nuts, and Jess West. Stashbot able to jump through, shake off a hit, and is your lead jammer. D's Nuts heading to the penalty box. Stashbot getting recycled back to turn 3 on her point scoring pass.
At the front of the pack, I'm a Blow By Ya is called out of play. Block and Decker sent to the penalty box, so Arizona now has 2 blockers in the penalty box. 3 blockers in the penalty box, a third Arizona skater in the penalty box, so just 2 blockers out there now for Arizona, and a power jam to boot for Rat City here.
That was a cut track on Arizona's jammer Stashbot.
So making her way around and finishing off a scoring pass is your Rat City jammer. It's Morgan McSlay. And Morgan McSlay now coming around for some more points here. Rat City has taken the lead. And that time, Morgan McSlay routed off the outside part of the front straightaway. And now Arizona back to full strength.
I'm a blow by and D's Nuts trying to take Morgan McSlay out on the outside of turn 2 and unsuccessful. That was a huge 12-point jam for Rat City, answered by 2 points for Arizona.
So Rat City swings back in front by 4 points.
All right, on the track, Castrator at the front of the pack for Arizona. Habeas Corpses for Rat City. Habeas Corpses with Chocolate and Sherman trying to slow her down. No pack being called, they do have to let her go.
Looks like Chocolate picking up a penalty there during that block. So that's going to spring the jammer loose for Rat City, and that's going to do it for that jam.
Do you see the scoreboard, Greg? It is a tie game. Rat City bringing it, Arizona bringing it. We have a 67-67 game right now. We have about 2 minutes left in this half, and then another whole 30-minute half to duke this out between these two teams. I believe that is A Green lining up with Loose Chaos. Yep. A Green at the front of the pack and emerges as lead jammer.
2 minutes to go until halftime. A Green out in front. Loose Chaos through the pack as well, so she's going to try to force the issue here. A Green quickly up to the pack, trying to find an opening.
A Green getting taken to the inside by Block and Decker. 0-0 jam. We do have an empty penalty box. Looks like we have a stash bot ready to go, and that would be Morgan McSlay out there with the jammer star on from Rat City. Huge scrummy pack there just off the jammer line. Everybody kind of in everybody else's way, but emerging as lead jammer is Stashbot.
Right out behind, though, is Morgan McSlay for Rat City, so he's going to try to force the issue here. Stashbot trying to catch up to the pack trying to play keep away.
Stashbot trying to get her points and call it off. Gets those 3 points, fist in the air. Penalty box with 1 Arizona blocker in it. So we have a 3-4 pack advantage for Rat City.
And we have an official timeout here, so referees need to talk over some of the action that just occurred.
I believe I see the jam ref speaking with our lovely and talented penalty box officials, making sure everybody's accounted for, all the numbers add up, I's are dotted, T's are crossed. You know, we have been so super lucky to have some great vendors here for this tournament, as well as a rotating team table. So teams, if they brought merch, we had a place for them to sell that merch while they were on the track. We have Rain Total Body Fuel. They have been giving out samples all day, really delicious and super caffeinated samples. Kalaka's Poison Skate Shop is here just today with great derby and skating gear. Red Hot Print Shop was here today too, as well as Natural Holistic Medical Center, helping with medical needs, IV replacement, and hormone therapy. Looks like the score was adjusted. Arizona got 2 points in that last jam. And we have Castrator on the line with the star, going up against A Green for Rat City. Castrator out to that quick lead jammer status at the pivot line.
This will be the last jam of the first half, so Castrator is going to try to get some points on the board. There goes A Green out of the pack as well for Rat City. And Castrator calls off the jam.
Looks like that is a 1-0 point differential in favor of Arizona, just making sure that Rat City doesn't score anything. All right, it looks like we have hit intermission. So we will potentially see you back here in 15 minutes. Rock the Jam Rep is talking to a Rat City skater, so I want to make sure that we are all clear. And the rolling whistle says, yes, we are all clear. So we will see you back here in approximately 15 minutes. Or 10. We'll be back in 10 minutes, now 9 minutes. All right, roller derby fans, a little bit of a stats recap for you there. We had 23 jams in that first half. 8 of those jams were achieved lead jam by Rat City, and 15 lead jams were taken by Arizona. The top point scorers for Rat City were 26 points for A Green and 23 points for Bad Karma. In close proximity for Arizona, the highest point scorer, again with 26 points, was Lose Chaos, and with 25 points is Cass. So both teams really scoring, both jammers, high scoring jammers, had similar numbers, but Arizona got lead much more often, twice as often actually, as Rat City. We got some cheering in the stands as we are in our last 20 seconds of this intermission. I believe I see Castrator on the line, and I am looking at Morgan McSlay for Rat City, Cass for Arizona. Again, my name is Ravelyn. I am the head announcer for Arizona Roller Derby. I am joined by...
I'm Old Greg. It is a pleasure to be with you this evening. As I've been with you all day long, I'm going to go home and lovingly sip some Baileys from a shoe after this is all over with.
And definitely shout out to Lisa Frankenstein, who is in training to be an announcer and running all of my stats for me today, and it is such a blessing. She's so great.
I think I dare say statistician Lisa Frankenstein.
Love it. Perfect. All right, I finished my crackers. We can start playing Derby. Castrator and A Green on the line. Penalty box has one Arizona blocker in it. Castrator able to ride that side skate all the way around turn 2, stay in bounds and get lead jammer status.
Arizona picks up that blocker from the penalty box, so Arizona back to full strength. Castrator completes the scoring pass.
A Green getting recycled all the way back to the front of turn 2 by I'm a Blow Baya. Trifecta blocking of Jess West, I'm a Blow Baya, and Don't Blink at the back of the pack. Looks like we have 4 more points for Castrator at the front of the pack. We have a great blocking trio of, it looks like, Damage Control and Kosher Assault, joined by somebody whose number I cannot see. Might be... last line of defense there, number 12, Carmen gets some for Rat City.
And she was just able to knock Castrator off the inside boundary, so Castrator recycled to the back of the pack.
I'm a Blow Baya recycling A Green back to the start of turn 3.
We got 20 seconds left on the jam clock here. And Castrator finishes off another scoring pass. That puts 4 more points up on the board for Arizona. So Arizona comes out guns blazing here in the second half with a big 12-point jam to start things off.
That is Cass's second highest jam of the evening with 12 points. Her highest jam for this game was 20 points. All right, we've got West Coast Mafia pitted against Morgan McSlay. Morgan McSlay at the front of the pack. West Coast Mafia pushing through a 4 full blocker wall of Rat City. Neither jammer really getting far right now. Morgan McSlay looking for some offense from number 55, R. Rickle.
Morgan
Kalaka with some one-on-one blocking, but Morgan McSlay able to get lead jammer status.
Exiting the pack as well, there is West Coast Mafia, so going to try to force the issue with Morgan McSlay catching up to the pack in the back straightaway.
All right. Looks like all of that work. We got 1 point on the board for Rat City. All right, looks like number 602, Bad Karma, up against Loose Chaos. Loose Chaos able to sneak through on that inside line to get lead jammer for Arizona.
Bad Karma trying to fight a way through a 3 wall of blockers. Jess West trying to hang on to her. Bad Karma able finally to dispense with her and get through the pack, as Loose Chaos has run into all sorts of defensive trouble at the back of the pack, finishes a scoring pass and calls it off.
Chaos calling it off in true Chaos fashion, sort of gently touching her hips. Oh, thank you. The crowd is alerting me of the very special score we have. Arizona with 86, Rat City with 68. We have a palindrome score. Since I have been announcing all day, my drink of choice is tea, but please make sure you take a sip of whatever you've got handy.
This next jam is underway, and blasting her way to the front of the pack is Stashbot. Stashbot quickly to the front of the pack and his lead jammer for Arizona. That last defender for Rat City ran up there, but also stumbled out of bounds as well, trying to block Stashbot.
A Green fighting her way through the back of the pack. Coming up against, a big hit by Chokia Latte. Stashbot approaching a tripod of Rat City blockers. The penalty box is currently empty. Oh, big hit by number 12. Carmen gets some.
Stashbot recycled to the back of the pack along the infield.
There were definitely some words spoken between some blockers and jammers on the track. Could not hear it from this vantage point. Sounded very passionate though. Stashbot around with another 4 points. Arizona is slowly trying to increase that lead, chipping away.
Arizona now at 90 points. It's a 22-point lead for Arizona at the moment. Likely approaching their largest lead, if not indeed their largest lead, but definitely still very, very close. As we're underway here in the next jam, trying to blast her way right to the front is your Arizona jammer and lead jammer for Arizona. That is going to be number 122 Castrator. Morgan McSlay is jamming for Rat City and is hung up behind that wall of blockers for Arizona. Castrator's just trying to drive that wall of blockers forward, dispensed with a couple of them in the back of the pack. And a big collision here. Morgan McShay down on the track. And Morgan McShay is on her way to the penalty box. Looks like a penalty called on her, so. Power jam now for Arizona with Castrator out there. Is the only jammer at the moment, so about 25 seconds worth of a power jam to go here. Rat City also down a blocker. Castrator finishes off the scoring pass, excuse me.
Some great balance there by all of these jammers. Able to stay upright and inbounds on what looks like a half of a skate half the time. And Arizona has crested the century mark with a score of 101 to Rat City 68. And I believe I saw the timeout gesture. Yes. Timeout gesture being called. Timeout being called by Rat City.
So Rat City's going to go ahead and call a timeout. That Arizona lead has grown considerably here in the second half. If you recall, we started the second half, Arizona in front just by 3, and they have put a bunch of points on the board right now.
Yep, Arizona has put up 31 points in this half, and we've had 5 jams. Rat City has put up 1 point in those 5 jams. So Rat City maybe having a little bit of a regrouping discussion, maybe a little come to Jesus, we're not sure. All right, and if you are following Monsoon Madness on our socials, tomorrow's game is going to be a little bit earlier than today's game was this morning. So we're going to start at 9:45 with the Arizona A's All-Stars versus the Dos por Cuatro A team. Again, 9:45 tomorrow morning. And yes, we are in Pacific time. Arizona does go to California in the summer. West Coast Mafia jamming for Arizona. Habeas Corpses jamming and lead jammer for Rat City.
So Habeas Corpse is able to come through. That's going to be the first lead jam for Rat City here in the second half. Habeas Corpse is now as quickly through the pack and up and trying to deal with those last 2 blockers of Arizona. Manages to spin around and finishes a scoring pass. Habeas Corpse puts 4 up on the board for Rat City.
Habeas Corpses just going full steam into Chocolate.
And now emerging from the pack, there's West Coast Mafia, your Arizona jammer. So West Coast Mafia out of the pack is going to try to put a cap on the scoring here. Very, very productive jam there for Rat City. 8 points up on the board for Rat City there. Definitely came out of that timeout with a plan.
Yeah, 8 points is definitely a big jam for Rat City in this second half for sure. Corpses hasn't jammed much in this game, but that is her biggest points in a jam so far. We've got Loose Chaos going up against A Green.
Now A Green fighting away along the outside. Loose Chaos thought she was free along the inside, but ran out of real estate. A Green able to take lead jammer here for Rat City coming around. Loose Chaos now free at the front of the pack.
Fancy footwork there on Loose Chaos. A Green in point scoring position at the front of the pack. Decides to call it off before any damage can be done. 3 points for Rat City, 0 for Arizona. Stashbot jamming for Arizona against Morgan McSlay for Rat City. And it looks like forearm being called on a Rat City blocker.
So Stashbot gets free along the inside, and Stashbot is your lead jammer for Arizona. Pack hung up there coming into the back straightaway. Stashbot right with the middle. This blast through a couple of blockers, and Stashbot able to get right through on a scoring pass. Puts 4 up on the board for Arizona.
Looks like our new jammer is number 12, Carmen Gets Some. Pivot turn jammer for Rat City.
And the jam
7
comes to
points for Arizona.
I say Stashbot very excited after that jam there. 7 hard-fought points up on the board for Arizona, and Stashbot very excited after that jam, and rightfully so.
All Arizona needs to do is to keep this little lead that they've got for the next 18 minutes. You know, easier said than done, though. Castrator jamming against Bad Karma.
Castrator again fighting into the front of the pack. Castrator's had a lot of success here in the tonight, and especially here in the second half.
Castrator able to emerge at turn 2. Arizona doing their best to keep at least one player in front of the jammer. Don't blink. Really taking Bad Karma into the center of the track, trying to recycle her back. Fun fact, so Castrator has gotten lead all but one time in this game of wearing the star.
Skaters lining up now for the next jam. Was waiting to see. It looked like there might be a timeout happening, but apparently not. So the 5-second call goes up.
Everybody's adjusting their pack. That was a 4-point jam, that last one, in favor of Arizona. Loose Chaos, with a big jump to the inside. But your lead jammer is A Green for Rat City.
Loose Chaos around the outside of the pack and able to get through. A Green now trying to finish a scoring pass. And able to do so, so A Green's going to put 4 points up on the board for Rat City.
Quick 3 points in favor of Rat City for A Green. Stash spot on the line with Morgan McSlay for Rat City.
Five-second call goes up. We have just under 16 minutes to go to the end of the game. 112-82 Arizona, so Arizona in front by 30 as this jam gets underway.
Stash spot looking a little bit like the Energizer Bunny. And getting lead jammer in the process. Shaking off hit after hit. Morgan McSlay and Chocolate getting both taken to the outside by each other. RC Autobot last line of defense at turn 3.
And to the back of the pack, Stashbot trying to fight her way through those defenders, but penalty called on Stashbot, so Stashbot is now heading on around to the penalty box. It's going to be a power jam for Rat City for the next 32 seconds or so.
Yeah, that back block call on Stash is not what Arizona wants this evening.
So Rat City still trying to fight and get their jammer free. Big defensive scrum over there right by the jammer line.
Yeah, it looks like Rat City's bench, encouraging some active offense. Rat City might be switching to passive offense in a second, though.
And the power jam expires. A good penalty kill by Arizona. And their jammer back on the track. Stashbot now going to try to find a way through. Stashbot's moving with a purpose. Taking that penalty personal, and Stashbot right through.
You can see the joy on Stash's face when she finally emerged from that pack after coming out of the box.
And Stashbot trying to clean to the inside there and get through. Meanwhile, one Arizona blocker to the penalty box.
Stashbot sort of just sitting at the back of the pack there. It looks like we have a pivot turn jammer, Red Divicious 619 for Rat City at the tail end of that jam. When the points are tallied, it looks like that might be an 8-4 jam in favor of Arizona. Score 120 for Arizona, 86 for Rat City. Got a little bit of dancing on the line. I believe their first jam of the evening, Westward Ho, aka Sure Man. Oh, we're gonna have a quick chat really quick with our officials. A little official timeout.
Official timeout indeed. So
all right, rolling whistle says it's time to play Derby. We've got Sure Man going up against Habeas Corpses. We haven't had Habeas Corpses jam in a while, and we haven't had Sure Man jam in this half, actually in this game. Sure Man doing a little bit of blocking the jammer as they are trying to get through the pack themselves. Both jammers doing a great job of pushing through. Sure Man with none to beat, and they are your lead jammer for Arizona. Also a crowd favorite. Oh, and number 55, that would be our Rickle, is the pivot turned jammer. Look. Sure Man, always shy, such a wallflower. It was a quick 4-point jam in favor of Arizona. It looks like, yes, so a penalty was assessed at the end of that jam for the way that this star helmet cover was passed to the pivot. And so now you can see the Rat City Jammer in the box. So we're gonna start with an Arizona Power Jam. And I believe I see Castrator on the line with the star for Arizona.
it'd be a good choice to serve the Power Jam for Arizona. Certainly, Castrator's had a lot of success. And you can see the Arizona squad has come together. They're going to be talking strategy here since we'll be on a power start. Obviously, that's a big advantage for the team is because you get to dictate the strategy that you want to use.
So coming into this half, Cass was the second highest point scorer right behind Loose Chaos. So definitely they are putting out a nice strong jammer to take full advantage of this power start. All right, that rolling whistle means it is time for Derby. So yeah, we are starting with a power start. Habeas Corpses in the box for Rat City. Castrator on the track for Arizona. And with that signature side skating move, Castrator is your lead jammer.
Castrator halfway through the Arizona Power Jam now trying to catch the pack. Rat City's trying to keep the pack moving. Now the Rat City blockers come together. And Castrator is forced off to the outside on her first attempt.
Cass getting stuck into a wall of white from Rat City here.
And that'll do it for the Power Jam. So now your Rat City jammer back out there. Habeas Corpses.
Cass approaching the pack with 4 in the air, 4 points on the board currently. And with a couple of quick steps. Chocolate, one woman blocking machine at the front of the pack, holding back Habeas Corpses for a hot second there. And Cass calling it off at just the right second, preventing Rat City from getting any of those points. 12 points in favor of Arizona. That 12-point jam brings Cass's game total of point scoring to 64. Nearly half of all of Arizona's points were scored by Cass. On the track now, we do have West Coast Mafia and Morgan McSlay. Morgan McSlay, lead jammer. West Coast Mafia with a cut track penalty, reporting to the penalty box for 30 seconds.
So this is going to be a power jam for Rat City now, and Morgan McSlay bumped hard off onto the infield by that wonderful two-wall, and then returning the favor, one of the Rat City blockers comes through and knocks Block and Decker to the infield. There's 2 Arizona skaters in the penalty box right now. 3 now at the moment. Arizona's about to gain one back, but Arizona at a severe skater disadvantage here in the moment. Power jam comes to a close now as West Coast Mafia back out on the track for Arizona, trying to find her way through the pack. Morgan McSlay looking for another scoring pass here. And Morgan McSlay calls off the jam with West Coast Mafia coming around, with a full head of steam.
Big jam for Morgan McSlay, 15 points, breaking the century mark for Rat City. Arizona still sitting at 136. Oh. All right, on the line, I see Loose Chaos going up against A Green.
And
Loose Chaos getting recycled back to that jammer line. A Green at the front of the pack with a full complement of Arizona blockers to contend with. Rat City is at a pack disadvantage. They've got 3, still able to recycle Loose Chaos back to that jammer line again.
We're under 8 minutes to go here in the game. Arizona trying to bleed as much time off that clock right now as they can.
And Loose Chaos getting recycled back to the penalty box for a cut track call.
So another power jam opportunity here for Rat City as Loose Chaos takes a 30-second seat in the penalty box.
Lead jammer status still open, though. Loose Chaos did not achieve lead jammer status, and she is in the box. We are at a minute now of this jam having proceeded. A Green has not yet escaped the pack and has not gotten any lead jammer status yet.
Lose Chaos, 10 seconds left on the penalty.
Arizona really just digging deep to keep A Green out of lead jammer status. What a great penalty kill. Oh, and just as I say it, Lose Chaos headed back to the penalty box for an illegal procedure. A Green is your lead jammer of record and now has completed her initial pass with 13 seconds left on the clock.
So Rat City's going to get a chance here to finish out this jam on a power jam. A Green now with single-digit seconds left on the jam clock through the pack and completes another scoring pass as the clock expires. That was a huge one for Rat City. And Rat City gets to start the next jam with a power start. We are going to have a team timeout called by Arizona first. Definitely going to talk over some defensive strategy here for how to start off the next jam. It's going to be there's got to be at least more than 10 seconds left on the power jam. So definitely a chance for Rat City to get things started in their favor in the next jam after this timeout.
You know, that was only 4 points for that nearly 2-minute jam that A Green suffered through. We do have our refs discussing with an 8-point jam. All right. We have our refs discussing with our scoreboard, and we definitely have our coaches talking to their teams pretty passionately. We have about 6 minutes left in this game. And just to remind you, Arizona ranked 22 in the WIFTDA rankings, and Rat City ranked 18. So if Arizona pulls off this win, this would be a rankings upset. All right, that rolling whistle means it's time to play Derby. Both teams with one blocker in the box. Arizona starting in a deficit of that power jam situation. Oh, just kidding, false alarm. We are continuing that official timeout. Refs are talking. Want to make sure all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Again, this is a sanctioned game. This is very important for rankings. We want to make sure everything's done correctly. We definitely want to give a shout out to all of our skating and non-skating officials, making sure that everything is counted correctly, tallied and accounted for.
All right, we are ready to get back to the action. We are getting things started with the Rat City Power Jam, continuing over from the previous penalty. So Loose Chaos in the penalty box for Arizona.
Bad Karma eyeing her options there from the jammer line. Arizona scrambling to make a shape and defend. Rat City doing a great job of breaking up Arizona's defense.
And Loose Chaos out of the penalty box. Does not appear lead jammer has been yes, lead jammer assigned, and A Green just out of the pack. No, that is not A Green any longer. I am sorry. That is your Seattle Jammer. That is Bad Karma. My apologies. Bad Karma back up to the back and calls it off as Loose Chaos sliding in, trying to steal some points at the back end, and is able to do so.
I don't know if anybody saw Loose Chaos coming, but she got through that pack and got herself a point. Rat City got 2. Score right now, Rat City 111, Arizona 137. With about 5 minutes left in this final game of our first day of our second Monsoon Madness tournament here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona.
Arizona's trying to maintain this lead. Arizona trying to stay in front here, and obviously the clock is going to be their friend. So every time they get lead jam, that means they're in control of the clock.
Sherman almost through at the front of the pack. Morgan McSlay fighting her way through the back of the pack, and Sherman is your lead jammer.
So Sherman coming on around the corner, meeting up with the pack now, trying to put some points up on the board for Arizona. Takes a tumble down to their knees and calls it off.
Red Devicious taking that jammer star. Fun fact, Red Devicious is 6'19", Sherman is 6'18". We had a little bit of numeral fun there with our jammers. So fun fact, Sherman has jammed twice in this second half of the game, not at all in the first half, and gotten lead both of those times. Sherman also has a pretty solid cheering section.
So we have a team timeout here. Rat City taking a team timeout to talk it over.
All right, looks like Rat City team timeout.
Yeah, still Fireball.
All right, rolling whistle means we are ready to call 5 seconds. I believe I see Castrator on the line for Arizona. And that could be A Green jamming for Rat City. It sure is. About 4.5 minutes left in this last half of the last game here. Castrator getting recycled back to the edge of turn 4. Looks like number 010 Cinnamon Slam heading to the penalty box. Castrator shaking off that hit and is your lead jammer for Arizona. Star getting stashed by A Green.
And A Green able to get to the front of the pack, bumped off by Jess West, but Jess West called out of bounds as well, so A Green clear to go on by with no cut track penalty. Castrator finishes a scoring pass for Arizona.
Pack is putting on some speed. Arizona does not want to be a point there at the front of the pack. A Green looking for some offense from her team. Castrator hitting the pack, finding an open outside lane. A little bit of that side skating action, and that is 4 more points for Arizona.
And you can definitely see the strategy here is to let the clock run, with A Green trying to get some points there in the middle of the pack, and Arizona perfectly content to let that clock spin as Castrator comes around trying to complete another scoring pass of her own and offset any points they give up in the effort of killing the clock. Thirty seconds to go on the jam clock.
Rat City with their full complement of blockers on Cassie at the front of the pack. All right, we are coming down to the last couple of seconds in this jam. Castrator with 15 points. Looks like Thumper Skull with the jammer star in her hand as the natural conclusion of that jam is reached. Grand total, Rat City with 3 points, Arizona with 14 points.
Arizona 14 big points, but moreover, they ran 2 whole minutes off that clock, and we were quickly approaching 2 minutes left to go. That was an absolute backbreaker of a jam.
So much hard work, so much digging deep for both of these teams. Nobody is giving up any easy points out here tonight.
We drop under 2 minutes to go. There is a Bad Karma is going to be jamming for Rat City and is out and lead jammer already. Stashbot trying to get through the pack for Arizona. Bad Karma coming up on a scoring pass here.
Stashbot with the helmet stash. Bad Karma lead jammer, though. Stashbot in hot pursuit.
And now the Derby Carousel begins in earnest. Trying to catch the pack. Stashbot trying to catch the jammer for Rat City, and they proceed around. And
Stashbot, with a little hop, skip, and a jump there on turn 3. Jumps that apex. All right, Arizona with 2 of their blockers reporting to the box. Looks like the penalty box may have been full earlier. And the O is getting thrown up by Rat City. So the outcome of that previous jam, Stashbot was in the penalty box for part of it. Arizona with 4 points, Rat City with 7. All right. We will wait for Harley Quinn Davidson to let us know what that official review was all about. After, of course, she lets the bench coaches know.
Arizona used their official review to seek a leaping contact penalty on the Rat City jammer. On the review, it was determined that the contact was not directly to the blocker's back, that it was a grazing contact, and the jammer was the one who actually was impacted the most by it. So the no call will stand, and Arizona will not retain their review.
Thank you so much, Harley Quinn Davidson. Appreciate you. All right. We are down to our last 53 seconds of this game. A quick score check. Arizona with 157. Rat City with 121. All right, looks like we have Loose Chaos lining up with Morgan McSlay. Once all of our officials have done conferring,
All right, rolling whistle means we are ready to get underway with what is going to most likely be the last jam of the bout.
and again, we've got Morgan McSlay for Rat City, Loose Chaos for Arizona. Loose Chaos, tripping through the outside, takes a little bit of an outside leap there, and is recycled back to the jammer line. Morgan McSlay with 2 to beat at the front of the pack. Loose Chaos bringing the rest of the pack with her. Both jammers out nearly at the same time, but Rat City indicated as lead jammer, and she calls it off. Bench coach for Rat City, it looks like calling a timeout / official review. Clock stoppage there for our last couple of jams.
All right, rolling whistle brings it into the timeout. We will begin what will probably most certainly be now, for real, probably most certainly be the last jam of
Weird.
regulation.
Both teams are standing. The unofficial symbol for this must be the last jam. All right, and A Green out to a quick lead jammer status. Castrator getting recycled back to past the jammer line. Rat City looking to get every extra point that they can squeeze out of this game to help their differential. Castrator out of the pack. Castrator able to side skate and juke around those Rat City blockers on turn 2.
So A Green now up mid-pack. The period clock has expired, so this will bring a close to the action. A Green trying to get past a couple of the Arizona skaters here.
A Green is in control of the clock currently. She has 7 points on the board. Castrator has 4, both on scoring passes.
.45 seconds left on the jam clock here. A Green is your lead jammer, is hemmed in there behind some blockers for Arizona.
2 incredibly strong sets of blockers. Number 12, Carmen Getsum, trying to do some offense for A Green at the front of the pack. Carmen Getsum doing some great offense by taking out Ima Blobaya. Number 619, Red Divicious, heading to the penalty box as well. And we are down to our last 8, 7, 6 seconds in this game. And all the way through to the 4th whistle. Derby fans, please come out and show some appreciation for these skaters and these officials.
We're going to wait for that one last rolling whistle. That's the one we're going to be looking for. But as it stands right now, your unofficial final score, 165-134. Arizona pulling off the mild upset, at least by rankings.
We're going to make sure that official score is ticked over. Thank you so much, officials. Thank you so much for helping us, and of course our medics, our photogs, all of our volunteers who are here today. And fans, we definitely want to see you back here tomorrow. Our first game at 9:45. Arizona's A team versus Dos por Cuatro's A team.
And there it is.
Final score, 165 for Arizona, 134 for Rat City.
So that is going to bring it into a fantabulous day of roller derby here at the tournament. If you have imbibed non-alcoholic beverages this evening, don't drive your car. Simple as that. Just don't do it. Get a lift, walk, I don't know. I'll drive you home. I don't have an AC, but I'll drive you home. But yeah, don't drive drunk. It's just silly.
Some stats, there were 21 jams in that second half. Arizona got lead 11 of those jams, and Rat City got lead 10. Highest point scorers for Arizona, Cass with a whopping 86 points. Followed closely by Stashbot with 32 and Loose Chaos with 31. For Rat City, highest point scorer for the game was A Green, unsurprisingly with 50 points. Followed then with 30 points by Morgan McSlay and Bad Karma with 32 points. Please get home safely, and we will see you back here tomorrow.